All right, welcome back. We'll get started here in about 5 minutes. If you are watching this on the replay, first of all, thank you for stopping by. Just going to fast forward this about 5 minutes or so. Starting this a little bit early, have a long day today. Don't forget, you will meet me, won't you? Or catch me again tomorrow night, hopefully around 10 p.m. for another Life in Linux. We will discuss, is it possible to find the perfect PC? That is Sunday night, May the 5th, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If somebody's in the chat and you would like to say hello, well, what are you waiting for? Say hello. Once again, music is from the YouTube audio library. So again, if you're watching this on a replay, you can just fast forward about 5 minutes. So today we'll talk about Lubuntu, a little bit about Windows 7, and I'm thinking about starting up a new series on how to transition from Windows 7 to Linux. I know that's going to be rather extensive, but maybe that might be something that might be helpful. Johan B is in the house. How are you? The master, I don't know master of what is in the house. Hello from the wind blows. The wind was blowing pretty hard last night. We had lots of rain here. And I don't like it. It was 80 degrees yesterday. Today it's going to be about 60. Oh joy. Anyway. So today's topic will be, we'll take a look at a little video, short video I did on my thoughts on Lubuntu. For people who have older machines and don't do much, I think Lubuntu might be a replacement for Windows 7. Why not? Gnostic, hello. Yeah, so we'll talk about Lubuntu today for a little bit about Windows 7, and then I think that'll be it for today. This is my first, well, it's been a while. This is my first week of full-time and experimenting with the full-time schedule, which started yesterday. So if you want to see more of these live shows, spread the word, subscribe, and contribute to the channel if you can. I'm in the process of trying to upgrade the computer that I have. So if you want to see more live shows, let me know. It's up to you. Spread the word. Lamer Linux. Johan, it's a bloody cold over here. 8 to 10. Snow in Limburg. Snow? Terminate snow. Oh well. Alright. Let's see what we have here. Alright, let's go ahead and transition. Voila, magic. If you are new to this, I'm running something called Ubuntu Mate, Ubuntu Mate. Of course, OBS screencaster, you may have seen this before. And yeah, this is how I do things. The weather has gone bonkers. Yeah, I think this whole climate change thing, it's not just about global warming, it's about an imbalance of nature, and I think it's happening. That's what I think. The weather has a bunch of bugs in it. Haha. Anyway. I like that song. Going, going, gone. That's Windows 7. Soon. Going, going, gone. Good morning, Julie. Everybody say hello to Julie. Okay. Welcome all again to the live show for this cloudy. It's cloudy here and rainy. How am I going to cut my grass? I don't have a clue. Flamethrower. Isn't Elon Musk selling a flamethrower that you can buy for like $500? Of course, that might be illegal to try and cut your grass with a flamethrower. I can ask. Anyway. All right, so I recorded a little video on the Ubuntu 19.04, and yes, thank you, JP. I always enjoy cutting grass with one hand on the mower and one hand with an umbrella over my head. That's a perfectly safe way to cut the grass. Not. All right, let's fire up the video. And you tell me what you think. One of the more unique aspects of Linux-based operating systems is that they are constantly evolving, morphing into something that you may or may not have expected. Some transformations are favorable, some maybe not so much. I think we can put the latest Ubuntu 19.04 into the favorable category. Now, Ubuntu is a lightweight Linux distribution based on Ubuntu, called Lubuntu, and it's featuring the new LX, or somewhat new LX Qt desktop environment. Now, this is a much lighter, less resource-hungry desktop environment as opposed to Ubuntu's GNOME desktop environment. Now, the change here is really quite favorable. This is a nice looking desktop with a, well, shall we say, pretty wallpaper. Everything you need here, almost everything that you need here in terms of software should be available after installing this and running all of the updates. It has a nice Windows, dare I say, Windows XP start menu. Easy to use, easy to navigate, and I think for Linux newbies, it's probably something that might be something suited, definitely something suited for older machines. This was tested on a 10-year-old, at least 10-year-old Toshiba satellite laptop with just 3 gigs of RAM and a dual-core machine. So what's this all about? Well, Linux is about choice. It's about giving Linux users and Windows users who are not maybe so happy with the current state of the Windows desktop, the Windows PCs. It's giving users a choice, a wide variety of choices. Some are lightweight like Lubuntu, which you see here. Some are not so lightweight like Ubuntu featuring the GNOME desktop. With all being said, I believe that Lubuntu has morphed into something for the modern age, something that is eye-appealing, something that is functional. And at least in my tests, I can recommend this for a Linux beginner who's just starting into the world of Linux and is curious as to what this Linux thing, curious as to what this Linux universe is all about. This will be staying in my laptop for at least a little while for some more testing and some more browsing and all that. After that, it'll be time to move on to something else and to test something else. But Lubuntu is a nice surprise. Lubuntu with the LX Qt desktop environment is a very nice, eye-pleasing surprise. So check it out. I will have all the links below in the show notes. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Arrivederci. Anyway, that was my thoughts on Lubuntu. Santiago Munoz. Buenos días. Estoy bien. ¿Y usted? Yes, 'cause simple screen recorder looks like crap. Yeah, I didn't. When I tested Ubuntu, I didn't do any modifications there. So, but it worked. You know what? I'm all about stability first. It's got to be stable. If it ain't stable, who cares about looks, right? That's got to be fast. And Ubuntu is then I worry about all the looks and the theming later. But it was fine. It was fine. So anyway. Walking mower your goats, yeah. I'm doing fine, Santiago, by the way. How are you? And you want to like LXQT, but it feels like it has a dated. You know what? It's okay. It's not as snazzy as Plasma or Ubuntu's GNOME, but it wasn't designed that way. So I think it's good enough. Yeah, it's especially for Windows 7 users, users getting back to Windows 7. If they have older machines, they're not ready to buy something new, and they don't want to mess with Windows 10. Ubuntu is certainly an alternative. I can't guarantee it's going to work, obviously until you install it, but it's worth a shot. Yeah, absolutely, JP. You can theme up XFCE. Ubuntu does have some theming options, more than you would think. I just didn't really mess with it that much. Yeah, I just wanted it was a full install test. 3 gigs of RAM, old dual core. It ran fine. So it's one of those things where you really don't know until you try it. And the bottom line is, if you are a Windows user, the only Linux machine I can guarantee is going to work for the price you pay is a Chromebook. The price is right. They start at $200, actually less than that. And if what you do is mainly web-based, you're not into video, rendering, not using Adobe and all that stuff, yeah, Chromebooks are the way to go. In fact, I mentioned last night I would have no problem streaming with a $200 or less Chromebook. Would have no problem whatsoever because they are lightweight. Yeah, Pop OS or mid for newbies. Again, Pop OS is System 76 based off of GNOME. Pop OS with modifications with extensions, I would say maybe for newbies. Same thing with Ubuntu's GNOME. Mint, absolutely for newbies. Yeah. The GNOME desktop has to be Vinny to speed it up. It's still slow. It still requires just about as much RAM to run smoothly as it does Windows 10, and you need at least 4 gigs, in my opinion. Windows 10 works on 2 gigs of RAM with a single core. Okay, if you say so. Yeah, you will need at least 32 gigabytes of free space for the upcoming Windows 10. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're thinking, man. They're taking too many freaking loads, man. Okay, you pop some loads, you think about Windows 10. Pretty soon you're gonna need 64 gigs. Those pendejos, man. Those of you who speak Spanish will know what that means. I can't repeat it. Maybe Santiago knows. Anyway. Well, speaking of Windows 7, yes, Gentoo for noobs with the Chromebook. Absolutely, Steve. So, and I've talked about this before again. Windows 7, how to transition. How to transition from Windows 7 to Linux. I'll do a series of videos when I have time. Windows 7 doesn't want to retire, considering the uniqueness of Windows 10. Yeah. Windows 7 users are refusing to upgrade to Windows 10. Die. Yeah, Windows 7 is still at 36% of the desktop market. So once again, I know I keep saying this and I'm beating it in the face. If you are a Windows user, Windows 7, and what you do is mainly web-based, nothing heavy, trust me, get a Chromebook. It is a superb, shining example of the potential power of Linux. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. If you need something more powerful, then you have other options, obviously. Windows 10 will certainly work. Obviously, Mac computers are fine. A bit overpriced, but they work. Or you can take a chance and download your favorite Linux distribution or try one, and hopefully that'll work. But I kind of like Ubuntu for older machines. It ran pretty good. It looks better with the LXQT desktop, so yeah. Yeah, if you are running Chrome OS, you can say you are a Gen 2 user. Absolutely. I thought about buying a Chromebook, but you know, I don't think it's anything I need to prove. So yeah, let's go back to the music. So what's up, Paul? Good morning or good morning. Gen 2 was advised for a new user on Big Daddy. Yes, if you buy the Chromebook, absolutely. Good luck with that, Sensor, yeah. Jordan Avis, hello. Now come on, Sergey, don't scare away the potential Linux users. Now be nice. Be nice, okay? You know, we have 1 billion Windows users out there. Let's not scare them, okay? I know it's a tough sell on this channel. See, I don't have to convince other Linux users to try Linux. Duh! I gotta tell the 1 billion Windows users, hey, come on over to the Toss Today show. Let me explain this to you. You know, so we gotta be understanding. We need to hold their hands. We need to be nice. I know it's a tough sell. I get it. Latest Firefox kills your add-ons. Yeah, I have no problem in Chrome. Chrome rocks. Even Chromium rocks. For the most part. Let's go to the next song. It's one of my favorites. I got the blues, baby. I go to the store, look for an Ubuntu desktop, they don't have it. Oh, I got the blues, baby. I got the blues, all they have is Windows and Mac. Where's my Ubuntu desktop? All I want to do is hit the sack. Johan says Chrome sucks because it sucks. I think it looks fine. Yeah, I got the blues. Let's see where we're at here. 2.5 gigs. They're not bad. Good morning, Color Pixel. And if you're coming in late, I showed a brief video of my thoughts on Ubuntu. If you missed any of this, of course, when we're done, just go to replay it. This is day 2 of my full schedule experiment for the channel. Tomorrow I will record And news nonsense with our friend Stephanie. That's tomorrow night. If all goes according to plan, we'll do Life in Linux. Man, you code on your PC cause I can only see such in my dreams. What do you mean, master? I do not have a high-end PC, so I'm not sure what you mean. Her funny... Oh, yeah, she did, Stephanie did a little, what's the app? Instagram? No. What's the app? Snapchat. She did a little funny bunny. Yeah, she's had a rough month or so working for other people, you know, delivering vocals, whatever she does, or writing for her own album. She's a hard worker. She's a good gal. She's one of the good girls, yes. So she needed a break, and she went into her funny bunny routine, which I thought was cute. Willem, you're watching me on the big TV. Well, thank you. Tim O, getting ready for the day. Wanted to say, hey, everybody say hello to Tim, a good friend and longtime supporter of the channel. Thank you, Tim. MX and Antics for me have a great... Okay, very good. You got to cut the grass. Tim, how do you cut the grass when it's wet and it flops over? How do you do that? I was trying to cut it last week, and I said, you know what? Forget the bag. Forget the mulch. Pfft, just spread it everywhere. No news on our friend Tim F. I have not heard anything. I mean, he's got my number, you know, if he needs to reach me, but I really haven't. Last I heard, he was moving, and that's all that I know. So, hello, Ben. Well, yeah, Bash, if what you have is a 2 gig machine, then what I have is high-end. Windows 10 is just an advanced toaster. But a pop-up. Right. That's funny. That is funny. Been thinking for the last couple days, is GNOME the only good option for a 2-in-1? I don't think it's the only good option, Jordan. No. No. Quails, it's a challenge. Yeah, Tim, it's cutting grass when it's wet, man. I gotta tell you, the only thing that seems to work are goats. But no news from Tim F. That's nothing. Good morning, Stephen Anderson. Ben Fitz is on Win 10. Haven't got Linux on my Dell. It just doesn't play good with it. Ben, I picked up a refurbished Dell here at one of the local recycling facilities. It plays Linux just, at least with Ubuntu Mate, it does Linux just perfectly, which is what I'm running now. It's a Dell Optiplex, so needs to be done. Yeah, I got to cut my grass too, but if there's one thing I will not cut it while it's raining. If it's wet, I'll try and cut it, but yeah. Dell has malware problems. That's first that I have heard, Johan. Yeah. Salient is great. Very good. Anyway, Linux on this Dell Optiplex so far seems okay. Oh, you have dual graphics? No, this machine I bought, like I said, there's a facility here that recycles and sells electronics, computers. This was the only one they had that was anything close to what I need. It does not have a graphics card. They had no HDMI graphics card. So I'm actually doing these live shows in VGA format. It is not fun. It's not pleasant to the eyes. I mean, it's fun doing the shows, obviously. So yeah, I'm going to have to do something about that soon. But I'm going to try a DisplayPort to HDMI cable adapter, see if that works. If not, I'm going to have to get a power supply and a graphics card, because doing these shows in VGA is not going to cut it. Yeah. All right, Tim, you be safe, my friend, and thank you. This one actually came, they gave me a graphics card as DVI and DisplayPort. I guess to run dual monitors, Ben, but I don't have anything to run that, so I'm stuck with VGA for now. But you know what? It's a recycling place. I believe in recycling, and it's run by veterans, and I believe in paying it forward, as the saying goes. So I bought the machine. Steve, you know the Optiplex 7010? Okay. Well, I hope it's a good machine, because so far it's playing well. You know. Someone donated some extra RAM for me. They're going to send it to me so I can boost up the RAM. 8 gig is not a lot, so we'll go from there. Hopefully this will hold up. We were talking about Ubuntu. If you run Ubuntu, it's safe to say you could probably run Ubuntu with as little as 2 gigs of RAM and no problem. Just to let any Windows newbies, Linux newbies out there, just to let them know. Yeah, there's a bunch. If you search YouTube, there's a bunch of videos on these Optiplexes, the 7010, the 90-something, the SFF, the small form factor machines. I guess they're reliable and pretty easy to work on, so yeah. The Dell Optiplex business class laptops. Okay. Yeah, this thing has 2 fans, and you know what? I don't hear the fans. Are they running? Yeah, they are. Yeah. Oh, Steve, you had the 600 7010s. They did well for a number of years. Okay. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of these on Amazon and everywhere. You can find these everywhere in various conditions. I just, walked in there. They had this one. It was a little dusty. I had to use my universal computer cleaner Black & Decker leaf blower to blow out all the dust. But I got it running. A desktop Linux for the masses has finally arrived. MX Linux and Solus. Okay. Anyway. Many Linux problems on the desktop. 2019 edition or why Linux sucks. Should we go there? Let's have a vote. Should we go to this article or just move on? I'll stick around a little bit longer. System 76 I heard has very good service, Gnostic. I don't have one, but that's all that I can say. I don't have one, but it's not a machine for the masses. Yeah. Johan says yes. The best tweaker for Peppermint 9, you'll have to ask Steve. I don't know. Alright, let's see what this says. This is from April 2nd. Last month. Okay. Preface. This is primarily about Linux distributions. You've heard that many times that Android Linux is conquering the entire world since it's running on the majority of smartphones. However, there are two important things to keep in mind. Android is not Linux. Yes it is. It's based off of Gen 2. But okay. Alright, so some of the major problems. Hardware support. Here we go with the multimedia graphics driver. Okay, well like Ben has issues. Okay, I would have to agree with this part. For the most part, multimedia graphics application compared to Windows and Mac on Linux, for the most part, I won't say it sucks, but it could sometimes sucks. The audio subsystem, yeah, that can be a problem. Printers, yep, that can, well, I tell you what, you buy a HP, Epson, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So, Android is not based on Gen 2. What's it based on, Serge? It's not based off of Windows. Laptops, tablets, 2-in-1s, incomplete or missing support for certain power-saving features. Okay, I'll give you that. Jeez. I was trying to debunk this and I can't. Resume after suspend in Linux is unstable and oftentimes doesn't work. Okay, I'll give him that. Maybe I should not have clicked this article. Yeah, HP, yeah, very, very good. NVIDIA Intel Prime is a pain in the butt. Okay. Linux kernel, a ton of bloatware. Okay. Alright, so software support. The Xorg is largely outdated. Yep, I have to give him that too. There's some other Xorg totally sucks. Okay, well it doesn't totally. Well, Android is a form of Linux. Yeah. Okay, maybe not exactly Gen 2, but Wayland works through rasterization. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know where we're gonna see Wayland. Okay, so I'll give him that. Boy, this guy knows his stuff. Problems stemming from a vast number of Linux distributions. That can be confusing for the Windows user, I agree. Problems stemming from the low Linux popularity and open source nature. Well, it's popular with us geeks. There are a billion Windows users. Is it popular with them? No. I'll believe the phone when I see it, Sergey. But we'll see. Ubuntu tried it. They failed, and they had the money and the resources, so... Anyway, let's see here. There's no concept of drivers in Linux aside from proprietary drivers. There's no guarantee whatsoever that your system will reboot. No, you buy a Chromebook, Gen 2 Linux, you'll be fine. So I have to take issue with number 2. LTS distros are unstable on the dev because they poorly support and don't support new hardware. That's a hit and miss, so that is partially true. A quote from Linus Torvalds. Linux servers might be a lot less secure than Windows servers, huh? Okay. I don't know about that one. Fixed applications versions during the distro life cycle. I don't know about that. A galore of software bugs across all applications. Yeah, I'll have to give him that. Steep learning curve. I don't agree with that. Linux Mint, Ubuntu Mate does not have a steep. Now, if we're talking about the entire universe of Linux, yes, that can be a steep learning curve. But for specific distros, he's wrong on that. The GUI network manager has serious problems. Don't know about that either. Very bad backwards and forward compatibility. Maybe. There's a lot of hostility in the open source community. Let's move on to the next. Oh, wow. What are you talking about? We love everybody here. No. Man, this is a freaking long article on why Linux sucks. In summary, no stability, bugs, regressions, or yes, there's tons of bugs. Stability, I don't agree with that. Some distros can be very stable. Hardware issues, I have to give them that, especially graphics cards, I'll give them that. The lack of standardization, fragmentation, unwarranted excessive variety, I'll have to give them that. The lack of cooperation between open source developers and internal wars, yeah, I'll have to give them that. A lot of rapid changes, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Unstable APIs, okay. Software issues, okay, fine. Money, enthusiasm, motivation, and responsibility. Okay. I guess that's part of it. This article is Bullocks Linux works for me, for my grandpa. Well, that is what Linux is. It is predictably unpredictable. On a positive note, after all that, alright, so he tries to... Oh, here we go. Windows 10 versus Linux. Ooh. Let's see what he says here. If you and your company are seriously thinking about the verification of installing Windows 10 and you're pretty scared of the prospects, running the OS which invades your privacy, okay, alright. Bind or deploying workstation, you might consider installing Linux. Okay, so he tries to balance it out. I'll have to give him credit though for the most part. Look, until we have a standardized one, I'm not asking for much, until we have one standardized Linux desktop here in the States, around the world, that just works. You buy it, you take it home, you plug it in, and no bugs. Until we have that, you will not get rid of that untrue statement for Windows users that Linux sucks. That's just the reality of it. But I'm going to save this article. He did his homework. Yeah. No, forget it. I will not forget it, Johan. No. I mean, printers, some printers, yes, that's the problem. Graphics drivers, we don't need to go there. That could still be a mess, you know. Zorg is outdated. Wayland is going nowhere. You know, but I don't know. I mean, Mark Shuttleworth made it clear from Ubuntu that they don't really care about the desktop in terms of making money. So we will not see an Ubuntu desktop for the masses, sadly. Well, there's Linux Mint. I don't know who else. Somebody mentioned the Purism Librem phone. Ubuntu tried to do it. They raised at one time they raised over $10 million to bring their Linux phone to market, and they said it ain't gonna happen. So there's your answer. Hello, Yugi. Gentoo, the Emperor Sergei, yes. All right. Let's see. Let's do a quick search. I don't know. Seems to me there's a little bit of Gentoo. Anyway. Do 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 do. Ship in July. Well, first they said it will ship in January. Then they said it would ship well, I honestly, Steve, I don't know. I wish them the very best of success if this is a true Linux phone, but I would doubt it. Yeah. Johan, dinner time. Okay, have a good weekend, my friend. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes, so don't forget tomorrow night, Life in Linux at 10 p.m. Barring any late-minute changes, my dad's coming in this evening from Rome, so but he's usually in bed between 9 and 10, so check us out tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Whoa, Boeing 737 skids off the runway into Florida River. My goodness. Yeah, Google Fuchsia, yeah. Hope my dad got the red vino. Hope I got the red vino. Your dad coming? Yeah, he likes beer. Yeah. All right, let's finish up with one last song, Tumbleweed, Texas. Come on down to the ranch, boys. Eat some grits. bike lanes need physical protection from car traffic. Die. Anyway. Be helpful and take the Dell Ubuntu Developer Survey. Very nice. The official Ubuntu merch shop has closed down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, last minute, last call for comments, and I need to move on for today. PayPal's doing some finagling with the returns to merchants. I haven't heard anything on that. Gnostic. I use PayPal as a way to keep their channel running. Haven't had any issues personally with returns. Oh, you mean physical products that they buy? Okay. Rossman did a video about it. Okay. I'll have to check it out when I get a chance then. All right. Well, on that note, you can catch me tomorrow night, barring any last-minute changes, for Life in Linux, building the perfect PC. See you then.